Hello and welcome back to Kansei. Today we're going to continue and let's just return here and start from the beginning again. I think I have to do that actually. So this is impossible.
A tangram isn't that hard. You're just not thinking about it right.
Think about a tangram? I actually don't remember very much about this. Right. Oh yeah? So how exactly am I supposed to think about it?
You need to be more flexible.
Flexible?
You should be open to the idea that what looks like one thing might just be a small part of something completely different.
Oh, right.
The outside shape doesn't always give you a good idea of what's inside.
Right. You mean like my tiny little sister is such a huge genius?
Just like that.
Who on earth invented this thing anyway? It's such a weird puzzle.
Well, I think that according to legend, the tangram happened when someone dropped a square tile and it broke into 7 pieces. When he tried to put them back together, he discovered that he could shape it into many different things.
Right. So basically we are having fun at the expense of some poor guy who broke his tile.
Well, if it weren't for that, wouldn't the tile just be a boring tile like all the other tiles? But because of what happened, it's now a famous puzzle that's been seen across the world. Sometimes, in order to find a greater purpose, you have to be broken first.
I still don't understand. I understand metaphors, but I think they are wrong with the metaphors here. It's such a weird metaphor. Because what I think the devs are talking about is you have to be broken to be fixed, to fix stuff. And I'm like, no, you don't. Broken, huh? I think I'd be happier being a boring old tile that no one will ever notice.
I don't think we get the luxury of choosing what happens to us.
Of course we do. You don't think we get to decide our future?
I never said that. We don't get to decide what happens to us, but we can always decide how to respond to it.
Also her voice, I have to say. They didn't record this on a studio mic because I hear this sound, and it's such a... it really hurts my ears. You know, you sure think about a lot of deep thoughts for a 14-year-old. I thought girls your age were supposed to be into cute guys and nail polish.
That's a stereotype, and you know it.
Yes, I know it. What, I'm not allowed to tease you? Besides, I'm sure you'll start thinking about boys one day, and when that day comes, you better make sure he gets my approval first. I don't want to lose my sister to some punk kid who's no good.
Stop choking! I told you, I'm not interested in that sort of thing.
Of course you are.
Don't worry, you're not going to lose me anytime soon.
Seriously. Yay! Dots. Where am I? I open my eyes slowly and take in my surroundings. Coffee table, books, computer, looks like a pretty average apartment. Something feels off though.
Good morning.
Hello, Aki. Oh, right. It's not my apartment. It's a prison. All thanks for me sticking my nose into a murder yesterday.
I hope you slept well.
Of course I slept well. Why do you care? Aki sits beside me on the couch.
You're our guest after all.
Except for the part where I don't want to be here.
Well, there's not much I can do about that. You have to admit it's a lot nicer than police custody, though.
Granted. I don't see why Detective Gursky thought it was necessary to detain me, though. Anyway, I already solved the murder yesterday. The murder even confessed.
Confessions can be recanted. It's best to have the most solid case possible in situations like this.
Granted. What about Naoki? He was there. Why not use him?
I'm sure they'll use my brother too, but the fact remains that you're the one who solved the case. That makes you the strongest witness they have.
Of course. And what am I supposed to say? I rolled my eyes. Whatever. That's plenty of painfully obvious evidence at a scene already. You hardly need me.
You'd be surprised what expensive lawyers are capable of doing. We need the most airtight case possible.
We need...
Miko might seem like a relaxed guy, but he's thorough.
Yes. Miko, you mean Detective Gursky?
Yeah, Miko Lajgursky.
Mikolai Gursky. You seem awfully familiar with him.
You think so?
Yes, I think so. Her expression breaks into a grin. I can only assure there's a story here that she's not telling me.
Anyway, you should thank me for convincing him to let you stay with us.
I'd rather be in custody, really.
With us, you get a nice bed, good food, and...
Aki, I got the coffee!
Hello, Naoki, you bastard. Naoki opens the door of the apartment, triumphantly holding a cup of coffee.
Coffee.
Naoki stumbles as he enters, gripping at the air as he attempts to catch himself. Of course he would. A young girl with pale skin and white hair appears from the hallway and reaches out, calmly lifting the cup from his outstretched hand as he falls forward. She steps to the side as Naoki goes crashing to the ground. That animation! Best animation ever! The girl gazes pleasantly at Naoki lying on the floor.
Be careful.
Yes, be careful. No, Naoki. Be careful.
Ow.
Yes, indeed, ow.
Ooh, nice save.
Yes, nice save. Are you kidding me? Okay. The young girl nods and hands the cup of coffee to me before disappearing back into the hallway. Who was that?
That's Lee May.
Lee May. I saw her yesterday, but she just kinda nodded at me and walked off. Naoki turns and rubs his head ruefully.
That's Lee May for you.
That's Lee May for you.
She's a quiet child. Quiet child. Quiet?
Don't even. Aki, don't. Exactly my response. Dots.
Anyway, there's too much going on in her head, so it's a little hard on her to maintain conversations.
Yes. What, she's like a genius kid or something. Naoki and Aki exchanges glances. What did I say? Just turning my phone on silent.
Not exactly. It's a little more complicated than that.
Well, of course it is.
Why don't we talk about it on the way there?
Why don't talk about it on the way there? There. Where are we going?
to speak with our client, of course.
Client? Our client? Don't you mean your client? It didn't take long for us to leave Edgewater. I gazed sleepily out of the car window, struggling to sit up straight in my seat. It's still early morning and the city is only fairly outlined against the pale sky. I take a sip of my coffee before dozing off completely. What? The cityscape outside the car has transformed into a country scene. I vaguely remember passing the big city, but I'm pretty sure I fell asleep after that. Typically. I gaze at the rolling landscape as it passes by. All I see are clusters of trees with telephone poles dotted at the side of the road. Aki's driving is surprisingly sedated. Considering her personality, I expected a lot more road rage. She seems content to chug along slightly below the speed limit, even the road is completely straight and no other cars are in sight. Excuse me. I feel like we are creeping along at an incredibly slow pace. I guess this is why we had to leave early. At least I get to sit in the front. Glancing in the back seat, I see Naoki dozing, his head resting on his chest. Limei is awake, but she's staring blankly out the window.
Glad you're awake. Did you enjoy your sleep?
Shut up, Aki. No, not particularly. The seat feels lumpy and now my neck hurts. Aki laughs and shakes her head.
At least you're honest. Should we have gotten you something stronger than a triple shot?
Probably a quad. No, it's not your fault. It'll kick in soon enough. I hate saying it'll. It'll kick in soon enough. It sounds so contrived. It will kick in soon enough, I would say. That's just me. I look out the window, trying to focus on the scenery. It looks like we're far away from the city by now. Any reason we have to leave so early?
We have a long way to go to meet with our client, and he's the sort of guy who will get very fussy if we're late.
Of course he will. Where are we going anyway? What are we supposed to be doing? Who's the client you're talking about? Wait, you said you were going to tell me about Limei, didn't you?
You're overflowing with questions. I suppose I can't blame you.
Of course you can't.
You're not the only one with questions, though. In fact, you're a pretty big question mark yourself.
It will be revealed soon enough. I guarantee you that.
Let's make a deal, shall we? You ask a question, then I ask a question. We'll trade answers.
Okay. I guess that works. Who are you people anyway? Let's see here. Who are you people anyway? Who are you people anyway? You work for a high-profile company like Autumn Engineering. The police seems to trust you almost unconditionally. You just look like a bunch of kids. Aki bursts out laughing.
You're a kid too, aren't you?
Well, actually, I think that Aki is not a kid, actually. I think she's about 25 or something. And Naoki is about 20. But, or because you will understand later. I do not think that these are kids, per se. Perhaps Limei is a kid? Anyway. Oh, yeah. Well.
We're a special investigation agency.
Of course you are.
Our work isn't always as exciting as corporate espionage and murder. More often than not, we're just snapping photos of cheating lovers.
Of course you are, you sneaky bastard.
As for why the police trust us, that's sort of a weird story. That's for another question, though. Okay, my turn. What's your name?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask that.
You do realize how suspicious it makes you look when you hide it, right?
Again, it will be revealed. It's complicated.
Things are only as complicated as you want them to be, but I respect your privacy.
No, you don't. Bitch! The girl who can insert thoughts into your head whenever she wants respects my privacy. How ironic.
We're going to have to call you something, though. Is Kansei okay?
Kansei. Sounds like an STD. Kansei. Or something, or a virus you catch in Africa.
Roughly translated, it means strong emotions. It's sort of a play on Kansei.
And that's supposed to mean something to me?
We call the ability to feel other people's emotions Kansei. It's like a super sensitivity. Since you have a type of Kansei, we can call you Kansei. Kan-gai. Get it?
You're an absolute twat. Twit? Twat? Twit? Twat? Yes, but it's stupid.
I never claimed to be good at picking names.
She didn't pick names. Try to think of something else, please.
I'll see what I can do.
You won't. I lean back in my seat and adjust, attempting to get comfortable. Is there any reason the car is so tiny?
Is that your next question?
No, just saying that there's not much space here.
Limei never complained about it.
Well, she's fucking tiny. Well, Limei is tiny. Oh yeah, what's the deal with her anyway?
Now that's definitely a new question.
Right. So what's the deal with Limei anyway? Earlier you said there was a lot going on in her head.
All of us have a sort of Kansei like you do. We can all sense thoughts and feelings to some extent.
Right? And?
Limei's Kansei is probably the purest form of them all. She experiences the emotions of everyone around her.
That must suck balls. Everyone?
Everyone. If you're happy, she's happy. If you're sad, she's sad.
Again, sucks balls.
Everyone else's emotions are constantly streaming into her mind. She has to spend a lot of her energy sorting out which feelings are hers and which aren't.
I turn to look at Limei. Her eyes are open. Her body is unmoving as she stares straight out the car window. Her mind must be a mess. I wonder if she feels my pity for her. Can she even tell it's me? Or is it just all mixed up inside of her? But oh man. Should I even be feeling this way? If she can sense it, it's probably really demeaning to her that I'm feeling bad for her. I don't want her to think that I think of her as a poor little kid or something. I desperately try to conjure up another emotion to quench my current mood, but my mind is completely blank. Blank. For a brief moment, Li Mei glances at me from the corner of her eye. She nods slowly, almost imperceptibly, but I think she's trying to tell me she's okay.
Alright, next question. Where are you from, anyway?
LA?
I'd rather you don't lie about it.
What?
Miko told me about it. Yesterday you told him that you were from LA, but when he asked you about precincts, you didn't correct him. In Los Angeles, police work districts, not precincts. I'm surprised he didn't cuff you on the spot for lying to him. Actually, no, I'm not.
What? I turn my gaze back to the scenery outside, unsure of how to answer. Detective Gursky knew I was lying yesterday. Why did he let me get away with it? Did he recognize me? I don't remember him, though. I've been living in LA for the past 3 years. Isn't that good enough?
And before that?
Only one question at a time, remember? Aki raises an eyebrow.
Of course. Go ahead.
What did you do to get the police to trust you?
We stopped the assassination of a visiting dignitary.
No, you didn't. You what?
Everyone makes a big deal about it, but it was sort of a fluke.
Of course it was.
Naoki was trailing a businessman and secretary who were putting in extra hours at an expensive hotel.
Have hotel. Not available in the US, where this game seems to be set. Yet everybody has a Asian name or a Russian name, and I still don't fucking understand this game. And?
He saw the assassin, thought it was suspicious, and called me in. We intercepted the assassin, saved the day, and apparently that makes us trustworthy heroes.
Bullshit. Seriously?
Seriously.
You'll forgive me if I find it hard to believe. A story like that is ridiculous.
So, you're the boy with a Kansei that allows you to experience the final moments of any dead body you touch.
Well, I'm a bit of a twat too.
You should be used to the ridiculous by now.
I guess she has a point there. It still doesn't sound like a real story though.
My turn now.
Of course, Aki. Aki grins.
Where did you live before Los Angeles?
Your mother. Somehow I knew you were going to ask that.
Oh, am I really that predictable?
Yes, you are.
Not going to answer?
Of course I am. Edgewater.
What?
I used to live here, in Edgewater.
Here.
Aki sounds surprised.
3 years. I suppose that makes sense. We've only been here for 2 years.
She glances at me out of the corner of her eye. She sure must want to ask more, but for once she doesn't press the issue.
Well, I guess that was my question. Your turn.
Oh. Where are we going?
A small estate out in the countryside. It belongs to one Mr. William Otten.
William Orson. Miss Orson? As in Orson Engineering?
Got it in one.
Got it in one. So, he's the guy who hired you to track Sarah Blackmore because she was stealing information from him?
Yep. Well, until she was murdered, that is.
Yeah, there's that.
We reported to him yesterday about what happened.
You mean how Mrs. Bergstrom, Miss Bergström, hired Sarah to steal for him? You mean how Miss Bergström hired Sarah to steal for him?
That and the fact that Miss Bergstrom claimed a third party was also interested in the information.
Interesting.
He didn't sound too happy about that, so he ordered us to come see him today and give a full report in person.
In person. Whoa, that's a little demeaning. How's that demeaning?
I can't blame him. His entire company's at stake here. I hope you don't mind coming with us. Since you were there yesterday, it seems only natural to bring you along.
Of course. Yeah, I get it. I'm sure the real reason she's taking me along is because she promised Detective Gursky she'd keep an eye on me. But I guess I don't mind talking to this Orton guy. It's not like I have any plans for today anyway, and it might be interesting to see the house of a millionaire. Why does Miss Orton live so far out of the way anyway? Considering his company's in the middle of Edgewater, wouldn't it make sense not to live a gazillion miles from the place? Yeah.
Who knows? Word is that he really hates the city. His assistant said that he rarely leaves his house, conducting most meetings via satellite.
Weird. Also one thing. Satellite. Why the hell doesn't he have fiber? I mean, can't be that expensive. Weird. His entire company's built on cutting-edge technology. He doesn't want to live around a couple of stoplights. Aki shrugs.
Rich people are eccentric. Comes with a job description, I think.
Yeah. Sounds more like paranoia to me.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it is.
You missed it.
You missed it. Oh, Lee May. So cute as ever. I jump a little as Lee May speaks out from the back seat. She's been silent for so long I almost forgot she was there. Lee May is pointing at a small side road that we just passed.
Oops!
He gives the steering wheel a tight spin and the car tires screech as the car spins in the road.
What? Ow!
I can't feel sorry for him, sorry. Naoki jerks awake as his head bumps against the window he was using for a headrest. I'm still not sure how that even is possible, because if he has his head against the window, there's no way his head would, unless they're turning the other way, of course, because then he would basically fall the other way and not bump his head in the window. I don't get it.
Sorry, missed a turn.
Well, you could have just gone to the next off-road, you know? He rubs his head slowly.
Yeah, I noticed. I guess we're almost there?
Yep, just a few minutes now. Anyway, what were we talking about? Right, Mr. Otten.
Mr. Orton.
He's one of those self-made men you hear about all the time, built Otten Engineering himself from the ground up. But he's also ridiculously secretive. No interviews, hardly any TV appearances. His assistant Sophia Millerson does most of that.
The car slows to a stop as we approach Orton's house. I squinch out the window to get a better look at it. It looks like a big white box sitting in the middle of nowhere. Not much of a house, if you ask me. This is it.
This is it.
Looks like a giant box with doors and windows.
Yeah, it kinda does. I guess since he always stays inside, he doesn't care what it looks like on the outside.
Also, if you notice the proportions this house, it's fucking small. I mean, look up here. That's the end of the roof, and this thing here, it's pointing downwards. That means that it should end not only a few meters that way, and there's nothing here. So either this house is like a TARDIS, where it's basically bigger on the inside, or it's just doesn't make sense. Also, no windows. I see one window there and one window there, but that's just about it. This house doesn't make sense. Aki kicks open the door and leaps out. The front door of the house swings open silently, and a strict-looking woman approaches us.
Are you the representatives from the agency?
Yep, I'm Aki Mizutani. You must be Sophia Millerson. We spoke on the phone.
Oh, so here's a funny thing about his game. Sophia Millerson. Clearly not an Asian name. Aki Mizutani is clearly a Caucasian, yet she has a Japanese-sounding name. This doesn't make sense. Aki rubs her hands out. Aki thrusts her hand out, but the woman merely raises a skeptical eyebrow.
You're not exactly what I pictured.
Looking at Aki's wrinkled shirt and dusty pants. Pants. Yes, pants. I see why she might be a little thrown off.
Being a private investigator involves having an appearance that doesn't stand out, ma'am.
Truly.
The woman places her hands on her hips and sighs reluctantly.
Well, come in. Mr. Otten seems unusually eager to speak with you.
Unusually eager to speak with me. Aki kicks the car door shut and motions for us to follow her. I climb out and stumble for a moment as my knees buckle underneath my weight. My legs are cramped from sitting in that car for so long. Sophia watches me impassively. She doesn't look impressed. Naoki stumbles out of the car after me. We both do our best to not look like a pair of goldfish who's been dumped unceremoniously out of a bowl.
Are these your associates?
Yes, they are. If she was unimpressed before, her plain worry now doesn't. She's plain worried now. I don't say I blame her.
They are.
Aki steps to the side, and Naoki and Limei approaches Sophia.
This is Limei, and this is my brother Naoki.
Limei glides up to Sophia like a swan and offers a polite bow.
And he is?
Sophia points at me. You should have thought about a name, bitch. Aki stares at me and a hint of panic shows in her eyes. I already made it clear that I don't intend to give her my name anyway. I guess that puts her in a somewhat difficult situation.
That would be... Kansei.
What? Kansei? She's really going to stick with that weird name.
Kansei? Unusual.
Unusual. I turn to Aki and make a face, but Sophia either doesn't notice or care. Aki shrugs apologetically.
Sorry, it's the best I could do on short notice. You should have given me something to work with.
I'm making her face. You can't see it. I shouldn't. Yes. I'm suddenly I'm suddenly regretting not telling her my name was Fred or something. I guess it's better than nothing. As we follow Sophia into the house, I see a brief flash of red light. What's that light?
It's a retina detector.
Sophia interacts with a small... Excuse me. Sophia indicates a small camera set in the doorframe that we passed through.
The house takes a shot of the eyes of anyone who passes through. It's useful for identification purposes.
That must be some exceptional optics and facial recognition, and basically doesn't work unless the camera's point is actually in front of the person and it's in eye level. Anyway,
there are other sensors around the house that also capture your retina image. The house can remember your preferences and adjust things like lighting and temperature as soon as you enter the room.
Of course. Sorry about that sound. Whoa, that's more than a little bit creepy. Excuse me. I got a message. But I thought Mr. Orton lived out here because he didn't like technology.
Mr. Otten lives here because he enjoys the peace and quiet being away from the city affords him.
Of course.
This house, however, has the most cutting-edge security possible, including quite a few innovations not yet available on the market.
Fun. I'm sure this house is already looking up my dental records.
Now, please don't dawdle. Mr. Otten's other guest is already here waiting for you.
Other guests?
As we enter the house, I see the outline of a man standing at the far end of the room, inspecting a scroll on the wall.
Oh no.
Your ex-lover.
Oh, great. I should have known you'd be here.
Miko! To what do we owe the pleasure?
Aki doesn't bother to disguise the sarcasm in the voice.
Detective Gursky played a major role in the apprehension of the murderer yesterday. It's only natural that he'd be invited back here by Mr. Otten.
Of course.
Yeah, I was actually there, unlike some people.
Detective Gursky looks pointedly at Aki, but she just gazes coolly back at him. Not even coolly back at him. Sophia ignores the chill in the air between them and nods at us curtly. Nods at us curtly.
Please make yourselves comfortable. Mr. Otten is finishing up on a conference call. He'll see you once it's finished.
Why does always her voice cut off?
Ooh, can we explore the house?
Yes, we can.
If you wish. The house currently logs you all as guests, so any doors you are authorized to pass through will open automatically.
Yay! Aki takes her brother's hands and gives it a quick tug.
Let's go!
Yay!
Okay.
Well, at least the cool girl takes the fucking twat with her. Naoki tails after her, looking unsure. At the far end of the room, Detective Gursky rolls his eyes. Sophia turns and heads up a narrow staircase, presumably to do something important. The door is silent. The room is silent now. I swallow, trying hard not to make a noise. Detective Gursky turns to inspect the fountain in the middle of the room with feigned interest. Unfortunately, he looks more annoyed than interested. Li Mei stands silently in the center of the room, staring off at nothing in particular. There's something about her that bothers me, but I can't figure out what it is. Her small body and her distant gaze reminds me of the corpse I've seen. But even a dead body doesn't give me the uneasy feeling she does. Aki said she feels emotions of everyone, but it looks to me as if she doesn't feel any emotion at all. Before I think on it more, the front door slides open to reveal a young man with slightly unkempt hair standing on the other side.
Oh!
Woman. Sorry, not man. Woman.
I'm so sorry I'm late. I got lost on the way here. Do you know how easy it is to miss that turn to get here?
Yes, and your voice is bloody low. What? The woman looks at me expectingly. I wonder if Sophia knows there's a visitor. Should I go upstairs and tell her?
You must be Liam Otten. I've heard so much about you.
I'm not bloody Liam Otten. Liam? I thought Aki said Miss Otten's name was William. She smiles and holds out a hand. I give it a quick shake before stepping aside to let her in. I'm not...
It's okay. I'm not here to talk about all those rumors. Rich people always get the worst of it, don't they?
She walks around the perimeter of the room, examining everything quickly with her eyes.
And even if they are true, you're free to do what you want with your life. No one should judge you for your choices, right?
I don't think...
Oh, right! Marissa Klein from Modern Trends. I'm here for the interview. Did your uncle not tell you about it?
She flits around the room, stopping to inspect the bamboo that stands like a guard by the hallway.
Pretty! Is it real?
I honestly have no idea. She looks up and notices Detective Gursky for the first time.
Oh, hello.
She rushes up to him and holds out her hand.
Marissa Klein.
Yes, I heard.
Melissa nibbles at the edge of her fingernails. Coyly. I don't even know that word. Coyly? Coyly?
Oh, good. So we can skip the formalities and just chat?
Is she flirting with him? I'm not sure. I'm not sure I want to watch this.
I'm afraid I'm only here for business, ma'am.
She gives him a gentle push.
Oh, don't call me that. It makes me feel so old. Or are you supposed to be all formal with me because you work here?
I don't work here.
Melissa's eyes grow wide.
A guest? Even more interesting.
She points at the fountain that Gursky is looking at.
Are you an art fan?
She reaches out to touch the dragon coiling around the glass sphere.
Please refrain from touching the art.
Melissa freezes as Sophia appears at the bottom of the staircase.
Miss Klein, I presume?
Yep. Sorry,
You're 2 hours late. Mr. Otten has other business to attend to now.
Hang on! I called and said I'd be late, though.
I don't recall receiving such a call.
Melissa turns to me and grabs me by the shoulder.
You didn't tell her?
Shut up. Tell her what?
You're the one who answered the phone when I called. Why didn't you tell her?
She's an absolute bloody idiot. Excuse me. I just got here. I have no idea what you're talking about. Come on. Doesn't this work? Melissa blinks and releases her grip on me.
Wait, what's your name?
Excuse me. I just got here. I don't know what you're talking about. Why doesn't this work now? Let's see here. Can't. Why is everything... why is it that everything is somehow my fault? Melissa blinks and releases her grip on me.
Wait, what's your name?
Kansei. I choke a little as I spit the name out. It sounds even dumber than when Aki says it.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry! I thought you were Liam Otten!
Yes, I gathered as much.
Miss Klein, you may have called ahead, but the fact remains that you are very late, and Mr. Otten has a strict schedule.
Wait, this is my first major interview. Is there any way I can squeeze it in today?
Sophia sighs.
Come with me.
Oh, thank you!
Melissa skidders off to the staircase after Sophia. Detective Gursky eyes me with a quizzical look on his face.
Kansei?
Yeah, what of it?
Did Aki pick that name for you?
Yes, she did. Is that obvious?
She's notoriously bad at naming things. When she was a girl, she had a cat that was born with only a stub for a tail. She named the cat Stubtail.
Great. I guess I should be grateful I didn't get saddled with a name like Kid Who Talks to Dead People.
I'm sorry you're stuck with those kids right now. If I had my way, I wouldn't group you in with them.
What are you talking about?
They all belong to the government. You know that, right?
Wait, what?
Miko, are you gossiping about me again?
Yes, he is. What? Return. Haki enters from a hallway and slaps Gursky on the back.
I'd rather you don't feed our friend Kansei here any misinformation.
Well, I haven't lied to him if that's what you mean.
Mr. Otten will see you now.
Sophia descends the staircase with Melissa Klein in tow. She looks even more annoyed than usual. Melissa's smiling, but it looks forced. Did you get your interview?
Of course! It'll be a winner, so be sure to look out for it.
No, I won't. She points her pen at me and jerks it back like a gun.
Bang!
Somehow I doubt her article will win very much.
Hey, Sophie, you don't mind if I have a look around, interview the staff, and other nonsense, right?
It seems to be taking all of Miss Millerson's strengths not to strangle Marissa. Marissa.
Please make it quick.
Righto.
Righto. Marissa salutes and heads off down the hallway.
Shall we get going?
Sophia waits patiently for us, following her. The five of us file up the stairs and follow her down a hallway to a glass door. Sophia knocks it twice.
Mr. Otten, the investigators you requested are here.
A small burst of static pops from a speaker on the wall from a speaker on the wall as Mr. Orton's voice emanates from the tiny box.
Good.
A camera descends from the ceiling and pans slowly across us before coming to a stop in front of me. The lens adjusts and focuses on me. Surely another burst of static.
No, go away.
What?
Get out! Get him out!
What have I done? Everyone turns around to stare at me.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. Stop blaming me for everything bad that is happening. That happens. Mr. Orton's voice crackles over the speaker again. Did I miss anything?
Sophia, get rid of him!
I'll take care of it right away, sir.
Sophia turns towards me.
Please follow me this way, Kansei.
But I didn't do anything.
Please follow me this way, Kansei.
Yes, Sophia, yes. Sophia repeats her questions. Her voice sounds even more tense. Fine, I'm coming. I follow Sophia down the winding staircase.
I apologize for Mr. Otten's sudden outburst. He's prone to unnatural mood swings based on unidentified provocation.
That's very specific. Unidentified provocation. You're very well equipped with your words. Is that the way you say it? Yeah. You're doing well with your words. She sounds more like she's a press release. Sounds more like she's giving a press release than an apology.
We can proceed with your discussion after he is less agitated.
After he's less agitated. You're not kicking me out?
Mr. Otten called for you. Once he settles down, he'll want to speak with you again. Until then, please make yourself at home while I go to work out the details of this visit with your associates.
Thank you. Thank you, Sophia. She turns and head back up the staircase without waiting for a response from me. I collapse on the stone bench with a sigh. I really can't catch a break, can I?
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay. Haki has followed me down the stairs. She looks concerned. No worries, I'm fine. After all, crazy men yell at me all the time. She smiles and then I hear a small giggle escape her lips. At least she's amused.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's hardly your fault. No need to apologize.
Just sympathizing with you.
Right, that part That's part of your Kansei, or are you just trying to be nice?
What do you think?
Twat.
It's no good. Mr. Otten's refusing to come out.
Oh, great. Naoki and Limei joins us in the front hallway.
Detective Gursky is still up there trying to talk to him, but he won't listen to reason.
Any idea what's going on up there?
No, I can't think of anything I've read that's like this.
I don't know what you did, but you've got Mr. Otten bunkered up in there pretty good.
I didn't do anything. You saw me.
Yeah, I saw. It doesn't make any sense, though. He seemed pretty insistent about talking with us today. Li Mei, what do you think?
Aki turns to the young girl. Li Mei closes her eyes, almost like she's trying really... she's almost like she's ready to drift off to sleep.
He's scared.
Yeah, we figured that much out already. Anything else? What about when he first reacted?
She inhales and lets out a tiny breath.
He was not surprised.
He was not surprised. Not surprised? That's strange. Does that mean he expected to see me? If that were the case. My thoughts are interrupted by a new voice.
Whoa! Hey! I didn't know we were having guests today.
Hello, Liam. A young boy, probably in his teens or early 20s, is staring at us from the hallway. He gazes past... his gaze passes over Limei, Aki, Naoki, and before resting on me.
Way to go!
He gives me a thumbs up. What?
I don't know how you managed to get 3 at once. That's a pretty sweet haul of chicks, man.
Who? Them?
But I'm a guy.
And there my headphones go. Excuse me. Excuse me. I also had to change headphones for my cordless.
Crap.
He shrugs and regains his composure quickly.
Ah, well, I've seen worse.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
Let's see. A bunch of people hanging out in the lobby for no reason? That's an easy one. Uncle called you out here, and now he's having a hissy fit and making you wait.
Got in one.
Am I right?
Got it in one. And you must be Liam Otten.
This guy's Liam Otten. I guess I can see why Marissa, what do you say, Marissa? Marissa took me for him. He looks like we could pass for brothers. I feel a little insulted that she'd equate me with this guy, though. Everything about him screams slacker. He doesn't look like he's had a hard day in his life.
I'm Liam, alright? But who are you? You definitely don't look like business partners.
But we are.
Uncle's not the kind of guy who lets just anyone enter. He's all crazy paranoid that way.
If he's as paranoid as you say, why are you here?
Aki ignores Liam's questions and counters with her own. Liam shrugs.
I'm family. It's not like he's got a choice.
Well, he does have a choice. He can fucking have you removed, so to say. He's fucking rich. Despite his casual air, I detect a hint of smugness around him. He probably enjoys the feeling like he's above us. I've known this guy for 10 seconds and I've already and it already ticks me off. A strange catch of phrase. Ticks me off. Naoki looks like he agrees with me, but it's clear he's trying to hide his feelings. Aki, on the other hand, doesn't seem bothered at all.
Ah, so you're visiting your uncle today?
No, I live here.
He looks like a little hurt that she'd assume otherwise.
Really? That's even cooler. Must be kinda boring for you, though.
Huh?
Oh, flirty flirty.
I was looking around earlier and nearly all the doors are locked.
His wounded expression quickly transformed into that of pride.
That's because you're a visitor. You don't get many access privileges.
You don't get many visit access.
I'm allowed in, like, every room in the house.
You're the coolest guy around. I know.
Like? So, not all of them.
Aki's eyebrows shoot up. She definitely looks interested.
Yeah, well...
Liam looks to the side and mumbles.
There's like a lock on his office in the security room. Those rooms are pointless anyway.
Of course they are.
Oh, well, if that's all.
Aki shrugs casually and Liam relaxes his shoulders. I glance at Naoki. He's staring at some invisible point on the ground, trying his best not to be in this conversation. Aki leans towards Liam and tilts her head as if to whisper in his ear.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Her voice is suddenly quiet, conspiratorial almost.
Yeah, I guess so.
Aki watches Liam's expression carefully as it changes from uneasiness to curiosity.
I don't suppose I could ask you for a favor.
What?
He cuffs. He's caught off his guard by the request. Anyway, let's stop here. It's been bloody an hour, and I think you have enough of bloody hearing my voice for bloody an hour. So let's just bloody save this bloody game and bloody get. Oh, let's. How do we do this? Oh, never mind. Let's just use my house. Let's save here. There we go. So, next time, we're going to continue this bloody adventure. For some bloody reason. And why bloody restarted was because I was didn't remember much about the game. Anyway, see you next time. Ta-ra.